sure. I've seen you on the weekends.
Should have drawn a massive gun. You should have seen my primary school colouring book. It was like that. Thanks.
Welcome to the third and final instalment of our Colorado trip. It's the day after the excitement with the elk. We spent the morning back in the meadow where Rod took the shot, hoping we'd catch up with him again. It was a long shot, but it was only right to try. We then made our way through a few of the drainages that we'd hunted earlier in the week, splitting up and setting up cow calls as we went in hopes of drawing something out. And it wasn't long before we did.
Bill or what? I don't know, just saw his legs. Look at that fucking bull.
Despite seeing us, that young spiker followed us along for a while, intrigued by the cow calls. It just goes to show that regardless of species, young males tend to just be a wee bit thick.
That could have been a day, like, you might not be far away.
Yes!
Oh, yes, really. That's a bear den, like.
Yeah, he said a few times. Cool.
I think I've got this sussed, like, where we saw that bull the other day, that's where they're getting water. And then they're coming back down on this corner into this thing. I think that's what it is. I think that's what they're doing. Go to there, so we're like within 30, 40 yards of the real thick stuff. We'll set up a call.
Okay.
We need to go that way and down with it. What do you think? Are you in here, Dana? You know, I think this is where we came through the other day. Because we set up just here because I stood here and called. Then we went up and got that wallow. So we came from that way, like.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go back that way through, like.
Okay, go on then.
This is why they're in here, because you can't get to them.
Go that way.
This is like the bear that's done that. It's nice and dark in there. Just go down there like 50 yards so you can see into the boat there. We'll just go real slow and just kind of stay level in the hill. Work our way back to where we saw that one earlier. Once we get round there onto easy walk and off down and go.
Oh, yay. We decided to try new ground and see a bit more of Colorado before the week was out, so we headed back, packed up camp, and set off for greener pastures, or at least wilder ones.
This bird, if it's like this where we're going, I'm well up because like this is nice, you can see.
We ended up at Route National Forest, and though the landscape here was just awesome, we decided to leave exploring for the morning. It was getting late in the day, and with a storm brewing overhead, finding a place to camp became the priority. Rod did a wee bit of road bugling along the way, however, just on the off chance we'd hear one shout back. We didn't, but it was good crack anyway.
We're in the Gore Range, I think. We're near Gore Mountain anyway.
Cool. That doesn't sound ominous.
It's maybe where Gore-Tex is from, that's maybe why it's raining.
Yeah. Nothing to do with the big massive storm overhead, eh?
Maybe.
All of the hunters that we spoke to last night said they hadn't seen any elk here, or any elk sign for that matter, but they all said they saw plenty moose. One group said they actually saw 5, so yeah, I hope I see one.
You know how they go on to like 20% or 15% tag out? Do they go to the stupid places like we were? And is that why they get one?
Well, let's go
And does the other 90% of people come in here going, yay, mountains, elk, mountains, Colorado, wow, 5 miles? You know what I mean? I don't mind, I want to go and see moose.
Yeah, me too. But like, we can have one day of break from hunting and just go back to where we were. You know what I mean? Like, at least we've seen this.
Speak to Scott and see if there's any other places like that.
Just go back there. Fuck it. Like,
Let's renew the fucking area, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm not bothered either way, I just I'll go in here and have a look and see if we might kill one.
I mean, even if there's no elk here, we've seen a completely different part of the country. We've seen a bald eagle, which was fucking cool.
Exactly.
And hopefully we see a moose.
I'd like to see a moose.
Yeah, me too. Not much more than 500 yards after saying that, we found a moose. A big cracker of a bull moose and all. I went down to the edge of the meadow to photograph him, and I would have liked to get closer, but the wind wasn't really in my favour for doing so, and he'd already clocked me breaking a stick on my way down to the edge. Also, I'd be more inclined to tangle with a black bear than one of these things, for that there is danger on stilts, so best to be admired from a distance. He's absolutely beautiful.
You know, like in there looks rough. Or, but I mean that's a fucking long. It'll be touch both of them points at the same time.
It's fuck all.
Well, it's not fuck off if you go cross country through all the fucking shit though.
Yeah, but like the path goes right to it.
Hmm?
The path goes right to it. You want to go there and then you want to go down.
Well, I don't know whether I want to go down or whether I want to go up, but I just think we're on a hiding another. I literally do. The first two I spoke to, they said they'd been in here 2 or 3 miles and they'd gone that way 2 ridges. And they hadn't seen a single thing. Them guys said they were in 5 miles and they'd been all over and hadn't fucking seen anything. Just, I'm not convinced that we're fucking...
I'll just go for another like hour or two and then see what we think. I mean, it's only like 8 in the morning or something, isn't it? Though the moose had lifted our spirits, we were still a bit run down from what happened with the elk. Enthusiasm was lacking and we were feeling a bit drained, so we stopped here, gave a few calls, and then dicked about for like an hour.
Shot a deer, and another deer burst out over here, and he went like that. And he did that, and it went.
Ah.
And he walked to his van and then drove home.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
An actual fucking. Well, what do you call it? Like one of the things that crumbled.
Oh, the disc
No, like one of your vertebrae crumbled.
Oh.
So you had to get them all fused together in the round.
Walked out on that.
He shot a deer, went like that, fell.
Yeah.
Knew it wasn't right. Walked out. I think he took the deer with him, maybe even. But he walked out to his van, got in his van, drove home, then went to hospital and spent 6 months with like a plaster cast jacket thing on.
They used to make them better, didn't they?
I would just to sit there and cried and died.
It's like they outsourced some of the parts to China or something, eh? They used to make them British, or make them in America, and now they don't. They just outsource the parts.
Yeah, Chinese. Bloody arse I am. Sign, but that doesn't mean there's none here. So that's the plan for now. north facing, hard to get to. Go and see.
Would kind of be cool to see a mountain lion or a bear though.
At all.
Ba-dum, here comes a bear.
Fucking cougar.
I reckon we should probably make a move pretty quick because it's got a pish down.
Darkly. What am I meant to do? I'm just bugling out with desperation because actually, what I think is if they're not bugling themselves, why the bloody hell am I bugling? Cow calls, maybe a soft chuckle and a bit of raking, but no bugling. I'm just bugling on the off chance because we're going to go call it a day. There's just no sign, nothing making any noise. We've just seen nothing that makes us think there's elk here, so last ditch couple of bugles on the way out and then go back somewhere else, I think. That actually felt like an elk hunt. Right up into all them rocks in the rim, wasn't it? Like, that's like what you see on the films on YouTube and all the rest, right up into there. Bust yourself right to the top. Hunt down the drainage in this timber. That just felt like an elk hunt. That's what an elk hunt should be. I hope so.
Well, that first one was like really close.
We're literally walking straight at a thunderstorm, and we're on the top of quite a high mountain. It's not ideal, but anyways, the week that we've had so far, we were in a place where it was farmland and it was kind of boring, and we wanted to see some Colorado and have the stereotypical elk hunt like we've just done, although there wasn't any elk. But actually, being sensible, where we were was a good place. We were on elk. Everybody else has not seen any elk, even the guys that were there. And we've got that one that we hit. And realistically, to do the right thing is to go and spend the rest of the week there while we're here and hunt that area as hard as we can. Try and get that one or any other one that happens to be there, and just make the most of what we actually found, because what we actually found was a handy hole that most people are jealous of. So we're going to head back to the car and go back where we were. But we've seen some Colorado and we've seen some mountains and we've hiked in some rocks and we've been scared that there might be a cougar. That's just going to have to do it for this trip. Let's go and try and kill that bloody elk. Had a nice day out.
I actually had a really good day.
I had a good sleep as well.
Yeah, me too. We got 8 hours on the watch, apparently. And so we headed back to where we started, set up our camp again, a little bit closer to our new friends this time, and waited for morning. With the weather coming in, there wasn't much else to do. On our first day back, we went out for a morning stalk in the rain. Visibility wasn't great, but we spotted a pair of muleys out in the private, which was nice to see. We then spent the next few hours working the drainages, but it was to no avail. We got nothing but wet. It brightened up in the afternoon, which dried us out and gave us false hope of utilising the evening too. Really is a boneyard, isn't it? Aye. Because, like, there's quite a lot around camp. Yeah. Aye. As the day drew on, the winds picked up, and with it came torrential rain for the rest of the night. And so we spent the rest of that day under the tarp, drinking coffee and coming to terms with the fact that we'd probably be eating tag soup on this trip. The next day we spent the morning ratching around the sage for a grouse, but unfortunately didn't find any. Common theme. In the evening we set up a bit of an ambush on a drainage where we suspected that the elk were coming down to the fields at night. When we set off, the wind was right for this, but it started swirling as the night went on. Too late to change plans, we stuck it out until dark, and then headed back down to camp for some beers with the Americans, or at least beer-flavoured water. I think they're far too smart to come into a wind like that.
Aye, the wind was going that way then, like. That's why I came away earlier. Taste?
Yes, actually. There was one larger eating the blood last winter. Yeah. Sorry.
Granger one.
What'd you do it?
It's crazy because it's got a burn section to it and it's got like applicators and...
We'll always remember and appreciate the hospitality of these guys. We're so grateful for all the help they gave us looking for Rod's elk, and for the food and stories they shared with us. And we hope to return the favour if they ever make it over to Scotland. We woke up to a frost on our last day here. Better deer weather for sure, but we'd promised to join Rod's friend Scott for the last few days of our trip, and so it was time to bid farewell to this unit. It was a long drive to Scott's units, but a good chance to see a lot more of Colorado. We saw a muley doe and her fawn not far into the trip, and as we got closer to our destination, we started to see marmot and more signs of elk, including a small herd on a private ground. It was hard to photograph them through the heat haze, but that was alright, because there was a herd of speed goats a few hundred yards closer that were quite cooperative with the camera. I'd love to hunt one of them one day, they're definitely on the list. We hadn't been with Scott long when his friend came fleeing into camp. He'd just seen a cinnamon black bear cross the road in front of him, and Scott had a bear tag. So we all bundled into Scott's pickup and headed up the hill to Glass for it. And let me tell you, I was beside myself with excitement here. I'd been dying to see a bear all week.
Cinnamon. Fancy seeing a cinnamon.
Beautiful bear.
So will you take care of the dead rabbit hole?
I'll take care of that. I don't think.
How we can put the glass over there.
Yeah, I think they're probably muley. There's two right side by side.
Shit.
We spent a good few hours looking, but mule deer were the only beasts we could see. Lots of mule deer, actually. Even though we didn't get to see a bear, we got to spend golden hour in the mountains of Colorado, and that's never ever going to be something to complain about.
Well, speaking of obesity, they tried their Taco Bell for the first time today. They weren't impressed.
No?
No. I don't blame them. It's okay.
Is there much for fast food restaurants in Scotland, or is that just a spoiled ass American thing?
We've got some American fast food chains. So we've got McDonald's and Burger King and KFC, and they're all shite.
No Taco Bell?
No? No.
Scotland already had all of that kind of its own stuff, like fish and chips. Every town's got fish and chip shops and stuff like that. You know, that's not good food. Like,
No, that's just pure grease.
there's a lot of obese folk in Scotland.
Why?
Is there?
Yeah, the UK's catching up on America pretty quickly.
Well, it's just amazing how mankind has. Well, they've gotten comfort from doing hard things. Or being active, really. Well, I think they want us fat and stupid.
Yeah, I think it's that way.
That's a big rock and see a bear. There's a cinnamon bear.
Cinnamon rock.
I'm saying there's a rough ride on its suspension. It's like it's quite rough.
That's the stock.
I think it's quite pleasant in comparison to mine.
Probably needs to be in the shocks.
Seems to feel every single bump in the road. Like,
Would you rather walk?
no. I was just mean, is that what they're like? I don't know. I just.
The run up the hill had hit Rod hard. The quick ascension of altitude brought on the sickness again. He spewed a few times and spent the night suffering with a headache. Not an ideal way to spend the last night at camp. So, today's our last day of outcome. And spirits.
How do you feel about your feelings?
Yeah. Spirits are questionable.
The bear hunt was fun till the altitude sickness.
Yeah. Rod can't handle a bit of height.
It's not the height, it's the speed that we went to the height, I think.
Yeah.
Or being in the back of the car, but bloody hell, that did I was ill there. I don't know, we'll go around here and get into the unit and go up somewhere and...
Try and find one.
Well, look near the road, because that's where the elk live.
Yeah, actually.
Where everybody isn't looking.
Yeah.
Rod was still feeling rough in the morning, but it was our last chance to hunt, so he pushed through with some motivation.
Suck it up.
We found a nearby public unit and decided to just wander about and see a wee bit more of the country while we still could.
Fucking hell, this wrecks me like. Sorry. There's no air. Where?
It was a bluebird sky sort of day, so it was just nice to be out in the hills. But as you can probably guess, we didn't see an elk today. We found a fresh wallow and ended up calling back and forward with another hunter for a while, but we saw no elk.
Doesn't sound like one of these.
Probably more accurate than them. Should ask him what he's using.
Them. It sounded like a real good noise.
Yeah.
But like, in the way that it were. It's not. They don't make that noise.
Yeah. I could see twitching. And I was like, is that an ear or is that a guy? And then he stood up and he's looking. I don't think he saw me. You can hear a luck ran out like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah. Still, you gotta just keep trying on you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the trip, like, seen it as like one big scouting fucking mission for next year.
Yeah. I'm not that keen at these kind of bits, like, I think where we were that first place, I actually kind of like that, because
I kinda like it because I know it, but like,
it seemed like there should be elk there.
yeah.
This kind of seems like, God knows, it could be anywhere.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm coming back for like 15 solid days next year, like.
Yeah, that for
See, if you stay till the very end of the month and till the end of the season, you didn't lose. The season ran out. There's lots of them, just balls of fire. They got blood on them. Something like it kind of looks like rabbit, but it also really doesn't. That's so weird. I wonder what it is. It's a pom pom. It's how all them hipsters get the pom poms on their ass.
It's rabbit, that like.
Yeah, it does look like rabbit.
You know, I'm not. See, because we walked up. I don't feel all now. I think it's just that sudden speed of going. I also think maybe sitting in the back of that car.
Yeah, that'll do it. What?
Need a helicopter.
No, you don't. You need to nut up or shut up.
Need a helicopter. And we just fly around and find where they live. And we can just go and stalk it there.
That's no fun.
So neither of us got an elk this year. Rod sure came close though. That experience will likely haunt him for a while. It certainly haunted him for the rest of the trip. But we're confident that that elk is still alive with nothing more than a mere flesh wound. And who knows, if the stars align and we hunt that unit again, maybe we'll run into an elk with a scar across its brisket. It's unlikely, but stranger things have happened. Things go wrong, mistakes are made, and most days you don't see anything. But hey, that's hunting, and I think we've done a pretty good job of portraying what it's actually like. I've loved every second of this trip, but I do feel we could have gone further and pushed a bit harder. We've certainly learnt a lot this year about this type of hunting, and there's a lot of things we'll probably do differently next time. We still got close to quite a few different elk, and that's something to be proud of. Some folk never even lay eyes on them, and yet we managed to find 4. I hope you enjoyed these videos, even though they may have been a bit long-winded. Our flights are already booked for this coming September, and I'm counting down the days until I can get back to those mountains. And I will see a bear this time.